Kia ora, ko Mary Ruri tēnei, no Raukawa te iwi, e kaimahia home o te Raukawa Charitable Trust. So I work for Pūtake Taiao, I'm the program lead for the projects and implementation team. So we've been teaching some of our marae kaitiaki how to use the SHMAT kit. So the SHMAT kit stands for Stream Health Monitoring and Assessment Kit. Now that's a way to actually measure the health and well-being of our waterways. So we've been actually teaching our kaitiaki how to use those as one way to monitor the health of the stream. One of the other things that we've done too is actually partner some of our marae with implementing projects that look at bringing back the traditional kai gathering practices for our people. So one of those projects we're looking at is the establishment of watercress and improving the levels of tuna in the water. So the marae that we're working with at the moment is Mangakaritu, so they're just one of many awesome examples where our marae are partnering with us. And it's a WRA funded project that looks at another way, or a Raukawa way of monitoring the health and well-being of the waters as well. So we're creating instructional videos so that our kaitiaki can continue to use these SHMAT kits to look at how healthy the waterway is and to look at ways that can improve the health of the water as well. So today we're going to spend time with whānau and really look at how that's done, and we're going to have fun doing it. So kia ora. Okay, so we're down here at the Pōkai Whenua stream, and now we're going to show the girls how to pick an ideal site to conduct our monitoring.
So what we're looking for is an access point to the river. The river's got to be wadeable, so we don't want to go where it's too deep, and we want a nice flow for about 10 metres. So we'll measure that out with our tape measure, but down here looks really good. Ka pai?
So now we're going to measure how quick it takes for pollution to actually run itself out of the water system. So to do that, we're going to measure the flow velocity. Basically what that means is how fast the water flows throughout the stream.
To do that, we're going to need a stopwatch, a floater, and a tape measure. Okay girls, so we're going to check the flow velocity now. What we're going to do, we're going to measure out 10 metres along the stream. We're going to drop the floater in. Marian's going to time how long it takes that floater to get to the end of that 10 metres. We'll do that 3 times and then we'll work out the average from there.
So we've just measured how fast the water runs in the stream, or the flow velocity as we did in that last step. And so now we want to check out what the chemical composition of the water is. Now the reason we want to do that is any type of alteration in the chemistry levels of the water can actually affect the plant life and the fish life in the water as well. So on to the next step.
Right girls, we're going to measure the pH level. All we need, container and pH strips. Ka pai?
Alright.
So you fill up the container out in the clear spot of the river. Yep, cool. Now what we want to do is put the strip, submerge the strip in there for 30 seconds. Hold it in there for 30 seconds. Ka pai? Now from that, those strips would have changed colours. Now what we want to do is match those colours to this chart along here and find out which one it is. So what do you reckon that is?
7.5.
We're going to measure the conductivity and temperature of the stream now. And this is the awesome thing about when your kids go to university and educate themselves, is they're currently studying this. So we're going to get them to explain what it is because they know all about it.
So measuring water conductivity allows us to see how good the water is at conducting electricity. This helps determine the salinity, chemistry and density of the water.
We also want to find the optimum water temperature to help the living organisms grow.
Alright girls, here's an ice cream container, our probe, let's get stuck into it.
So how high should I fill this up to?
If you fill it up about halfway, it should be plenty.
And how does this work?
If you take the cap off, turn it on and zero it, make sure it's at 0, then we just hold that probe in the water until it stabilises.
So now we're going to measure the clarity of the water, and that's really important because we can get to see how much sediment or how much paru is actually sitting in this area of the water.
Cool, so what we're going to do, fill up our clarity tube. If you fill that up, just in a nice flowing part of the river. Now we chuck our 2 magnets in, so if you chuck one on the inside, one on the outside. They'll hold. Yep, choice. Put our lid on. Pari, if you pull the magnets right down to the bottom here, choice. Now te ora, if you look through that bottom, what we're going to do, hold it up on a slight angle, and as we slide those magnets around, up, te ora, if you tell Pari when you can't see the magnets anymore.
Stop.
Cool, so we check that measurement there. 70, visibility for 70 centimetres.
Cool.
Oh boy.
We're actually going to describe what the area in and around the stream looks like. So we're going to look at what's in the stream bed. We're actually going to look at the deposits in the stream, and we're also going to look at both sides of the stream bank as well. So over to you, Anaru.
Oh boy. So what we're going to do, girls, is we're going to make an assessment on what we think the stream bed looks like. So we're looking at things like rock, bedrock, whether there's cobbles, whether it's a sandy base, whether it's a muddy base. And we'll make an assessment looking at using percentages. For this area here, it's largely a sandy bottom, not a lot of bedrock, so we'll assess that as probably about 60 to 70% sand and gravel. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Now we're going to check for silty deposits on the stream bed. So we're looking for loose, recently settled material that's just come along. One of the ways we can do that is by a kick test. So basically kicking the water, and any material that floats to the surface means it's recently arrived. The other stuff, the other sedimentation that stays down the bottom has been there for a while. So you want to kick the water up, see what happens. Okay, so kick test done, not a lot of sedimentation coming to the surface, which means that composition's been there for a while. The other assessment we want to make is just what we see along the banks. So the scale we're going to use is a 1 to 4 scale. So 1 being fine amount of silty deposit. So you're looking at about a 1 millimetre covering of mud along the riverbank edges. 2 is a moderate, so that's up to 3 millimetres, again just along the riverbank edges. 3 is moderate to thick, 3 to 4 millimetres along the riverbank edges and some patchy parts along the river, and 4 is thick covering of silty deposits, so that's not only the riverbank but also along the river's bed as well.
So now we're going to check out what sort of bugs are living in the stream. So over to you, Anaru.
Alright, buddy, if you just want to go and take a scoop from the stream bed, put it into here. Lovely. Now we want to sieve through this and see what we can find. Good boy. So we've got a few bugs on there. Check them on the chart, girls. So what we want to try and do is, you've got this chart along the sides here, and you've actually got some guides around what we're looking at. So we start here. It's got no legs in it, no sheep. So it's unknown. Sweet girls, so using that chart, what do you reckon that maungara is?
A stonefly.
Come on.
So we've used a schmack kit today to take a whole heap of measurements, and really at the end of the day what those measurements tell us is how healthy is the stream. So from all the measurements we've taken, what we can say is it's probably in a fair condition of health. So it's okay, but it's not the best. So there are certain things that we can do to really get the condition of the stream back up to really healthy. So what are some of the things that we can do, Anaru, to get the stream back to a really good condition?
Probably the best thing we can do is get the stream fenced off and keeping stock out, and then we start riparian planting. So we've done a whole heap of native planting along this awa at the moment. As you can see, it's relatively new. In 3 to 4 years time it will really start to benefit the awa. But we've got to remember that the awa stretches a hell of a long way away, not just from this point, so fencing, continual fencing and riparian planting right along the awa.
What's a Māori way of testing the water?
Mahi ngā kai. That's probably the most effective mātauranga Māori assessment on a stream, is using our hinaki, putting it in, seeing what the tuna stocks are like. Checking what watercress is there, if there's watercress present, if the watercress is in healthy condition, and also kaura as well. So things like that have always traditionally been used to measure and monitor the health of an ala.
So that's us whānau, we're done here for the day. We encourage you to go grab your schmack kits, go down and test your water, and we want to monitor this over a period of time, gather a whole heap of data and information so that you can look at what different things are happening around your waterways.
Ka kite.